Hello, welcome back to the channel. So today, yes, we're talking about Mercury retrograde, and the reason that I want to talk about the Mercury retrograde is because it's like too many people walking around, walking around in fear because of the retrogrades. We've been in retrograde. It's like what, 5 or 6 planets already there. Mercury's no different. Okay, but I want to talk to y'all about not being fearful. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so that you get notified, okay, when I make videos. But the reason why, guys, that we don't need to be afraid of Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is here to highlight what is already going on in us. So yes, you may be triggered a lot more, or it may be a lot more noticeable, especially because Mercury deals with communication, information. So people could come off wrong. You may come off wrong or misinterpret things, miscommunications. But this is where your self-awareness comes in, okay? If you have been doing the inner work, if you are aware of your triggers, then you can also be in control of your responses. If you have not been doing this inner work, then you can look at this as a perfect opportunity to become aware of what's triggering you. So, people have a tendency to go, but they said this and that, or they had me effed up, or, they did this. So the whole thing about retrogrades is to turn the energy inward rather than outward. So all the different planets that are retrograde are, ruling different over different things, different parts. Like I said, Mercury is about that communication, how you respond, the information in which you're taking in, how you're responding internally to that information. So it's not really about what someone else is doing, saying, or not doing. It's really about becoming aware of your triggers, becoming aware of how you're communicating, why you're communicating in the way that you do, why are you responding the way that you do, so that you can work on those things and heal them. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys a personal experience that I just had actually on the first day of Mercury retrograde and the Pisces full moon, which was September the 9th of this year, 9/9/2022. Okay, for those of you who don't know, in numerology, 9 is the day. 9 is the number of completion of cycles, okay? I have a numerology video on my channel here somewhere for those of you who may need some extra help with that. So, this is what happened. So, I'll just give you a little bit of backstory, okay? About 3 months ago, me and my husband, we started separating. I chose to separate, and we kind of went back and forth there for a while, trying to see if we could work it out or whatever. But eventually, I just decided that, I just couldn't do it. So it's been about consistent separation for, I would say, going over a month now. Well, a couple weeks ago, he had said that he met somebody or something, at an event. He's an actor or whatever. But then he said it wasn't really, serious, or he didn't see it going anywhere. It was just like a nice acquaintance, whatever. So another week goes by. So this is now about a week ago currently. Then he says, oh, now, they're involved or whatever. And I had actually met someone and went on a date myself, but I decided I wasn't ready, cut it back, it wasn't time. Anyway, after he said that, he was pretty much going to get involved with this person and see where it goes or whatever, I got so in my feelings, especially after I had cut off the other person that I was going to, date, because I started comparing. Like, oh God, he's moving on and I'm not. I left him. Why is he moving on so fast? His life is going to be great and he's going to have the perfect relationship and all this stuff. And after I've been through all this crap, and it really came down to my own insecurities, not believing in myself, not, believing or knowing how great my life is, or how great the potential for my future is, and all this stuff. But while I was going through those emotions, I really couldn't see it. So this is what happened on 9/9. Okay, y'all, please stay with me. Okay, I'm giving you a perfect, clear-cut example of how Mercury retrograde works, because I know a lot of y'all are always, afraid the exes are going to come back, but what you're actually afraid of is that you haven't learned your lesson, that you are afraid you're going to give in and repeat the same cycle. That's what you're really afraid of. Okay, or bad things are going to happen, like your car messing up, phones messing up. No, what you're really afraid of is that you won't respond correctly, that you'll overreact, that you'll get fearful, anxious, etc. So let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I'm all in my feelings. I mean, I am damn near suicidal by the time Pisces full moon comes on 9/9. And I had an appointment that day. I left in the middle. I didn't even finish it or anything. So I went home. I got in a spiritual bath. Okay. Um, and I sat there and I started feeling just slightly better. I noticed there's a video on my watch later list. It says what narcissists do if they see you happy, right? For those of you who don't know, my husband is a narcissistic personality disorder slash antisocial personality disorder slash psychopath and all that good stuff, right? Let me just make a disclaimer here. I am not saying that narcissistic personalities are monstrous or anything like that. I myself have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which kind of crosses over into that kind of personality thing. It's kind of a spectrum. I try not to claim the label because it just perpetuates, the problems. But I just wanted to put that out there, okay? Because I don't want you guys looking at yourselves as victims if you have been involved in a narcissistic relationship. You guys, I'm not saying it's your fault, but I am saying that people are mirrors of us, okay? And what we can do to best take advantage of those situations is see what is in us that is being mirrored to us in these people and understand why we're attracted to it and heal that so we don't have to deal with it anymore, okay? So I'm in the bathtub. And I see this video about, what narcissists do when they see you happy. And the guy is explaining that they don't really want to see you happy. So he was saying they almost have like a sixth sense, okay? He's a narcissist himself. The guy, he's diagnosed. You might watch him on YouTube. He has like dreads. I can't remember his name. But he says they don't want to see you happy. And it's almost like a sixth sense. If they see you or sense you happy, they will always try to come back in, try to hoover you back in, because they don't like it, right? He said, and one of the major things that he would do, and what other narcissists may do, is reach out to you as soon as they see or feel that you're happy without them. They'll go, I just want to see you happy, like, right? Okay, so I'm not saying that anybody that does that is a narcissist. I'm saying if you know what you're dealing with and this is a pattern behavior you may want to, watch out for. So I finished that video. I'm feeling even better by the time I finish it, okay? About maybe 3 to 5 minutes go by. I'm listening to a heart chakra meditation and my mood is just like lifting. It's elevating, accelerating very quickly. Feeling really good. I hear my text ding. And who is it? My husband. And what does he say? I just want to see you whole and happy. I would never do anything to interrupt your happiness. Okay? So there's that Mercury retrograde energy on the very first day. And y'all know we do have shadow period 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. But there was that retrograde type communication, right? Because I'm trying to separate, I'm trying to get over this. Now, mind you, we do still live in the same house for the moment because it just has to be that way for a moment. Not too much longer, though. Anyway, now the first reaction that I had was I started typing it, fingers flying. Oh my God, I just watched this video and they said that narcissists do X, Y, Z. Right? Because we have a tendency to throw each other's diagnoses in each other's faces and all that stuff, that karmic relationship stuff, codependent shit. And so my spirit stopped me and said, no. And I just deleted the whole thing. I did not answer because I realized what the guy was saying was absolutely true. This is the attempt to pull me back into the cycle, but not because he's so evil, because he has abandonment issues just like me. And it just so happens that narcissists tend to carry out their fear of abandonment in the form of manipulation to keep someone hanging on. I'm not saying it makes it right, but that's what it was. And then I realized right then and there that the moment I started to feel better, there he was. Oh, I just want you to be happy. So the only reason what I came to realize was the only reason it looked like he was happy moving on with this new person is because he saw me miserable and upset about it. Okay, that was giving him the fuel to feel good about moving on, right? When I'm happy or when I'm feeling happy, whether he sees it or not, then he's not getting that fuel. So my whole point to you guys is do your shadow work. I came to understand that my responses were coming from my own insecurities, from my own self-doubts and comparisons and all of that. You gotta do the work. Use this time not to walk around in fear but to intentionally change how you're responding and watch how shit turns around. Now, he continued to text me a few more times after that. Never responded. He texted the next day. I never responded. It's been 3 days. He finally stopped. Not saying that he's done or whatever. Again, he's not the villain here or whatever. It's just about me controlling my responses. So the whole point of this video is that there's no need to fear Mercury retrograde. Use it and view it. Change your perspective as an opportunity for growth. If you can make those breakthroughs through this time and do that internal work, it can change your whole life. Because after that day, I was feeling great. I went on to have a whole weekend with my best friend. We went to the Kevin Hart show, and everything just got better and freaking better. And now I'm here back at home, and he's not even here. We haven't even talked. Like, all it really takes is you deciding to turn your attention away. Not because that person is so bad. Not because that person themselves is blocking you, or not anybody putting curses on you, or anybody's negative energy is bringing you down. No, it's because you are allowing that energy into your life, because you are responding to it. The universe is responding to you by putting that energy there in the first place, because it's as within, so without, as above, so below. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope it gives you some perspective, and happy retrograde. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to watch out for tarot videos and other content. All my personal information is in the description box below. See you at the next stop.